Welcome to Unsolved Mysteries Part 2. Today, I'll be covering the Max Headroom incident. It's a very famous hijacking that occurred in 1987. Without further ado, let's start this. If you've ever heard of Max Headroom, I'll give you a little brief summary. Max Headroom is a TV personality that is completely fictional and a computer-generated TV presenter. He first appeared in 1985, but he last appeared in 2015, just 30 years after his creation. It was completely CG. However, it was said it was a completely CGI character, but it was actually a prosthetic makeup with contact lenses in plastic. But in 1987, just 2 years after the Max Headroom character was made, 2 TV hijackings happened in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, a place where you weren't expecting a hijacking to happen in Chicago. Basically, in 1987, thousands of people tuned in to WGN TV, and then all of a sudden, it was interrupted by a man wearing a Max Headroom mask with sunglasses, with a metal panel swaying behind him. Basically, he just looked at the camera and bounced around for 17 minutes before it cut back to scheduled programming. But then, the second one is probably the most infamous one. Just 2 hours after the first hijacking, during WTTW's broadcast of Doctor Who, and along with horror of Fat Rock, another hijacking happened. This one lasted 90 seconds. This is where the man started to talk using a voice changer and throwing a cola can at the camera while also making fun of something. But then at the last few seconds, a woman gets a fly swatter and spanks the person wearing the Max Headroom masks bare ass. Yep, that is not a joke. The guy presented his bare ass to get spanked. No one has been able to identify them, and thankfully both of the videos are here on Wikipedia. So, I'll just play the first one, and then I'll have to not play some of the second one, but then I'll have to cut it, because I would probably get demonetized. Thank you to www.fuzzymemories.tv. Thank you to Tuvalu for that dominion. That was the first one. Pretty harmless, wasn't it? But then there is the second one, which happened it happened between 9:15 p.m., which is not in it's not in British time, but there was at least 3 perpetrators, it said. And if it was in Chicago, it must have been like Eastern Standard Time. Then there is the infamous hijacking one during the airing of Doctor Who. Jesus.
giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds. My brother is wearing the other one. But it's dirty. I'm going to go put my time on. Where you go, they're coming to get me.
Yeah, this is where the bit I have to cut out, because I would probably get fucked. But I think you could fill in the rest with your mind, or you look up the video and then you'll get mooned, which is basically the act of flashing someone with an ass. And it says that near the camera would appear to be a hollowed out dildo. I didn't see the dildo. Hopefully you didn't see it either. Where he basically makes fun of celebrities and also other brandings in that, including Chuck Swirsky, calling him a friggin' liberal, which I don't know what the fuck his political thing is, but the dude isn't even from, he's the voice of the Chicago Bulls, so why are you calling him out? That's friendly fire. Then he holds up a can of Pepsi to the slogan, "Catch the Wave," which is what Max Headroom said. He held up a middle finger near the camera. Inside appeared to be a hollow dildo. I didn't even see that, man. I didn't... Anyway. Started singing about your love is fading, along with talking about clutch cargo. It's an American cartoon that I've never heard of, and it's an old one. Then it also said, I still see the X. No. Kind of misheard of which people said that they stole CBS. And he also said that he complained about his piles. It's crap. It's basically feces he's talking about. He also has made a giant masterpiece for all the world's newspaper nerds. Basically WGN, and calling everyone that worked at the world's greatest newspapers nerds. And put a knitted glove on one hand. Well, it was a dirty glove. And then it cuts to him partially naked, while a woman proceeded to spank him with a fly swatter. Then the broadcast ends. And you want to know something? No one has found out who these people were to this day. Literally, no one has found them out. But apparently they used some kind of microwave transmission to get into the station. This was before they changed to digital. So yeah, they tried to find out who did this, along with if the persons get caught, they would get a year in prison, along with $100,000. But then the statute of limitation thing, basically meaning that they will no longer be charged for their crimes. Of course, a lot of people mentioned it. So yeah, it's kind of a weird fucking thing that happened in 1987 in Chicago, Illinois. And by the way, the air in Chicago has basically made its worse with around 700 the air quality, which is worse than chat's, by the way, probably because of the wildfires that have been going on in Canada. So yeah. Yeah, these two channels basically had the unfortunate enough to be hacked into by a group of 3 people, basically making fun of it, along with just flashing the camera. So yeah, kind of fucking weird, isn't it? But I hope you enjoyed today's unsolved mystery. I don't think these people would be. I think all these people that were involved are probably dead now, or at least very, very old. Basically, these were pirate broadcasts, or unlicensed broadcasting. So yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys.